If everyone will take their seats, please. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Thank you, and welcome to Unity of Port St. Lucie. We say welcome to all the people on YouTube that are watching us at this moment and being with us as a family. We say thank you. If you would all please stand, and we'll sing our opening song, One Light. Brings us all together. One light inside you and me. One light shines in every person that I see. It's the light that shines inside of me. Brings us all together. One light inside you and me. One light shines in every person that I see. It's the light that shines inside of me. It's the light that shines inside of me. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Now for our prayer for inner peace. Please join me now in our prayer. I open my heart and mind this morning to the presence of God that is within me and in everyone and everything, that one power and one presence. I let God's peace fill my being. In this presence, I am peaceful, poised, confident, and strong. I relax in God's loving care and release all my cares to knowing that God is upholding me and sustaining me in all that I do. God's presence calms me, quiets the storms around me, and leads me to the place of perfect peace. As I center myself in that peaceful presence this morning, I let go of every concern and relax in the safety of God's love and in the love of those around me. I find Unity of Port St. Lucie a sanctuary of love and peace, and I'm open to receive all it has to soothe my mind and soul this day. And so it is. Amen. Now, if you'll all join me in our mission statement to develop our spiritual connection with God through prayer, education, and service. And now our vision statement. Unity of Port St. Lucie is an expanding community for personal healing and spiritual growth.
When I see the coming
Thank you so much. Now for our daily word, and our speaker will be Shanetta Griffith.
Good morning. Today's words are hope and faith. Hope dawns within me and leads me to deepen in faith. As Advent season begins, I say no to pessimistic and hopeless notions that may have crept into my thinking, dimming my hope and weighing on my mind and heart. Today I say yes to goodness and positivity. I feel a sense of renewed hope dawning within me, a promise that something wonderful is on its way. In these moments, I feel my faith reborn. I reaffirm my belief that no earthly condition, no worldly circumstance is greater than spirit. There is where I place my faith in the power, presence, love, and grace of God. As I call upon these divine attributes within myself, I perceive them more readily in others. I grow in faith that together we have the power to create the world of our highest imaginings. And in Romans 15:13, it says, "May the God of hope fill you with all the joy and peace in believing, so that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." Let us sing together, Get Ready For. Accreditation. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
And now we'll have our meditation by Reverend Neff, and we'll sing Surely the Presence.
Jesus was so connected with Spirit, to God, Source. He constantly tried to get those who would listen to be open to the possibility that the kingdom of heaven was within them. That we all are connected to that one higher power. We are the way that the higher power expresses itself in and through our humanness as us. So this morning, let the words that I say be your words, those of your heart. I affirm I have come here in this life to be connected, to be connected. It's in that knowing as to who and what I am, that my connection to my source can never be severed. And nothing can ever interrupt the flow of love that streams forth through my heart's, from my source, the very essence of my divinity. I I focus daily on that infinite supply of love that comes to see through my connection, and I outwardly share that love with those around me. And so in that knowing, I place my attention on it, feel my connection to that fullness. It's my divine inheritance, my gift, for which I am so grateful. So for a few moments in the silence, I make that connection in the silence. So when you're ready, begin to bring your awareness back to this room and affirming to yourself, I have come here in this life to be connected. I have come here in this life to be connected. And so it is. Amen. Well, good morning. So great to be back here, Uniport St. Lucie. I do miss you once in a while. Once in a while. Well, after 4 years being here, yeah, you get a kind of a connection, don't you? Yeah, sure. Well, there was this retired man one time from Florida, calls his son in Detroit. few days before Christmas. He says, I really hate to ruin your day, son, but I have to tell you that your mother and I are getting a divorce. 35 years of misery is enough. Son screams at him, Pop, what are you talking about? Oh, we can't stand each other any longer, old man says. We're sick of each other. I'm sick of even talking about this, so call your sister in Chicago and tell her, and he hangs up. The son's frantic. Calls his sister. She explodes on the phone. Like they're getting divorced, she shouts, I'll take care of this. So she calls Florida right away, screams at the old man, you are not getting a divorce. Don't do a single thing until I get there. I'm calling my brother back and we'll both be there tomorrow. Until then, don't you do a thing. Do you hear me? Old man hangs up the phone, turns to his wife, says, okay, honey, they're coming for Christmas. And they're paying their own way. Oh, well. When I was here last month, I talked with you about meditation from Detox the Mind by Rajinder Singh. I said maybe when I come back that we'd have a chance to see if you were practicing it, you wanted to do it, and how it was going and so forth. So if any of you have done that, after the service, would you see me? And I'd like to hear your response to that if I could. I'd like to begin this morning with a question for you. Do you think the search for the sacred, that drive for the sacred, is something innate within all of us? If you do, raise your hand, would you please? I think it is too, folks. I really do. I think so. I mean, how many times have you heard or maybe even experienced a time in your life when you thought that you had nowhere else to turn, and what do? Right. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Help me. And that experience doesn't just come with people who are religious, does it? I mean, anybody, that's kind of the last thing you say, oh, my God. You see, one of the definitions of sacred means that which connects us with a greater reality. Sacred is like the word love. Not easy to define, but we all know it when we experience it, don't we? Yeah. And when we're experiencing the sacred, we usually move and have this feeling of awe and wonder, and usually with some real deep meaning that comes to us. But this is not new. This is not new, folks. I mean, archaeological records indicate the desire to connect with a greater reality exists pretty much within virtually every culture, every civilization in the ancient world. It really did. Many ancient cultures have turned to the sky and the celestial objects up there in order to hopefully find the sacred. It was up there somewhere, you see. Some of you have heard about Joseph Campbell, a well-known mythologist. Gives us this revelation about a cosmic order. This is what he says. The mystery of the night sky delivered the revelation about a cosmic order. And in response, from the depths of the human imagination, a reciprocal recognition had been evoked. A vast concept took form of the universe as a living being in the likeness of a great mother, within whose womb the worlds both of life and death and you had their existence. Oh, that neat. I mean, in Europe in the Middle Ages, sacred was found where? Primarily in the church, correct? I mean, you go to Europe and you go to any of those cities or villages, what's the main building in there? It's a church, many years old and possibly the highest building in the area. And you know, even though religion doesn't have nearly the influence today as it did in medieval times, There are still many of us who find a sense in participating in sacraments, right? And ceremonies. Sometimes you take pilgrimages somewhere just to get that feeling, you know. What they tend to do is bring you closer to that, what we call the divine, which we consider the origin of all sacredness, really. But it's no secret, folks. In the past 60 years, religion has been declining, often rapidly, as an influence both in the United States and other developed countries. It really has. Those are facts. See, for hundreds of years, religion's been that which has shaped our lives, our values, provided meaning and morality for most people in this country. But this decline in church attendance is leaving a vacuum in the meaning and the absence of the sacred in our life. Not only that, science and technology now allows us to understand and control nature in ways that it would appear magical maybe just a few centuries ago. And in a way, we have separated ourselves from nature so that we can study it objectively. But this power has come with a price. I read this recently. Our modern culture tells us that we human beings are essentially just sophisticated primates living on a dead rock, hurtling through a lifeless universe. And even a renowned astronomer recently said, "We are but a speck of dust on a speck of dust drifting through an immeasurably large universe that is oblivious to our existence." Contrast this with my previous description that I just gave you a little bit a moment ago, that the universe was a living being in a likeness of a great mother. You see how that's changing? Our views, our perceptions. I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to believe that we are an integral part of the sacred, that we play a part in its existence. We really, truly do. And maybe this universe probably wouldn't even exist if there wasn't some form of intelligence or witness to experience it even. Yeah. But it's still all speculation, isn't it? Yeah. But here we are. Most of us just want to find some meaning in our life, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe it is all just a quest. Maybe it's all just a quest, this life. Most of us really just want to find that meaning in our life again if we've lost it or something's happened to us. A quest. Every aspect in history, in every culture, people have created and they have cherished a story of a hero or a heroine whose life is transformed by traveling on such journeys and on their quest for whatever the prize is that they want to capture, you see. We love these stories, don't we? I mean, television, storybooks, my God, all of life, in a way, is just a bunch of stories. Remember as kids, how entranced you used to be with some of the books that you read, huh? Yeah. Fairy tales. Stories like Jack and the Beanstalk and Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and stories like Call of the Wild and Treasure Island. Those were all good stories. We loved them. We loved them. But there were quests. There were stories about quests. And even as adults, we are drawn to the stories of the quest. We really are. Why? Well, because they symbolize our own journey through life. They can. We all have challenges to overcome. and the ultimate prize we hope to capture. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Those stories don't belong solely to the heroes or the heroines either. They're my story. They're your story. There's a sense of despair or of being trapped. Life seems empty at times. For whatever reason, the present life is unrewarding. There's a yearning for what? Something more. Something more. And then one day, unexpectedly, hero or the heroine receives a call. Might be an extraordinary event, dramatic experience, or maybe just some inner whispering, something whispering inside of you, saying, ah. Which leads me to ask you this question. What was your call? Why are you here? Why are you here? What quest are you on? Maybe your call came in from the form of a serious illness, or maybe some nagging dissatisfaction with your life. Maybe it was suddenly finding yourself without a job or a marriage. See, the call can come disguised in 1,000 different ways. But regardless of the form it takes, what it does is stirs the heart of the one who hears it and moves them into taking some action. Now's the time. Little voice, don't wait any longer. This is the moment. And a person instinctively sensing that rightness is called with great anticipation says yes. And the quest begins. The search for the sacred. Search for the sacred. And the major element of all quest is the journey, filled with experiences and challenges to be used as stepping stones for us. Yeah. And in ancient stories and tales, remember these challenges were usually external hazards like a treacherous terrain or wild animals, demons, dragons. But we don't think any longer in terms of dragons and demons in our outer world, do we? They're the threatening beasts to be conquered if possible. No, it's just that deep in the recesses of our own minds, there are our own fears, in our own worries, in our perceived limitations. That's what they are. And our biggest battles take place internally within our own souls. You know, maybe some of you are facing some challenge right now. There's a battle going on in your life of some kind, and it raises some sort of fear in your life. Could be financial lack, personal rejection, separation, health challenges, whatever. Sometimes our journey seems to be, what? Littered with one calamity after another. Whoa, wow. But in the stories, you see, the hero or the heroine prevails, overcomes all, goes on toward the prize. And you know what? So will I, and so will you. You will. Every dragon we face, every obstacle, those things that get in the way of our path, every demon can be overcome. You can do it, and I can do it. And what happens when we do that? We learn a whole lot more about ourselves, don't we? And we feel good, knowing that what one person can do, others can do too. Because that person has blazed a trail that makes our journey, what, a little easier, perhaps. See, we all have our own visions of what our prize should be in this quest. I have mine, you have yours. But the truth is that in essence, all our quests are the same: to know God and to experience the presence. To know God and experience the presence. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founders of the Unity Movement, using the teachings of Jesus in a New Thought movement, boiled it down to 5 basic principles. And they become the foundation of unity, the path to spiritual renewal, the way for those of us who have chosen unity as this vehicle to carry us down that path. Here they are. 1, God is absolute good, everywhere present. Number 2, human beings have a spark of divinity within them, the Christ Spirit within. Their very essence is of God, and therefore they are inherently good. 3, human beings create their experiences by the activity of their thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought. Number 4, prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God-mind and therefore brings forth wisdom and healing, prosperity, and everything good. Number 5, the last one. Knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth, are not enough. A person must also live the truth that he or she knows. So for some of you, those principles might be a new concept for you. You haven't seen them before or haven't read them before. And, for others, it's just a reminder of the path that we've chosen to follow. You see, we all stray off that path once in a while, don't we? Time to time, we feel we want to take detours around, take a shortcut. Doesn't work. Doesn't work, folks. It's the desire of every human being to feel or he or she can begin anew. We want that opportunity. We want to feel that we can do that, right? I mean, how beautiful is that when you think about it? Oh. And that's why it's also so sacred. We can begin anew again and again and again. That's our Creator's promise to us. And how wonderful is that? My God, think about that. I'd like to close my little message this morning with an inspiring piece of writing that was created by someone you know. It's called Sensitivity and the Fiction of the Ego. And it goes like this. Listen, humanity, we are all one. We're all beautiful people. The separate ego is just an elaborate, complex defense barrier implanted in us by the others in our reality, our parents, peers, and the ambiguous, ubiquitous, indeed non-existent they. See? In actuality, we are all part of the same supramind and have the potentiality to reduce the ego mind to such a degree that we can enter into each other's minds and hearts. This will bring about a total elimination of feelings we label and call anxiety, hang-ups, and tensions of all kinds. The new individual will be in continual conscious integration, in other words, plugged in, with the world around him or her at all times. He or she will never feel alone or alien to a strange material universe. He or she will finally be at home in the cosmos. He or she will have no reason nor feel the need to enclose themselves in separate political states and engage themselves in the continual senseless struggle for domination of man and nature. He or she will have no reason or cause to build walls between his or her neighbor, to build partitions within his or her home, and to hide their thoughts and feelings from others. The ego personality is, in its truest sense, a fiction from others. The ego personality, an illusion, The ego personality is, in its truest sense, a fiction, an illusion, and a hoax of the highest kind, and in no way essential to the manifestation of individuality in humankind. We are all aspects of the same infinite process, all branches of the same cosmic tree. People fail to realize that differentiation does not imply separation. We are all God. We are all together. We are all one. Wake up, people. Stop sleeping in the great Western material illusion. Let us proclaim it to the world. This is the dawn of the age of Aquarius. The new humanity is about to usher in. It will not be stopped or deterred. It has been long overdue. It will not wait any longer. Let us welcome it with the warmth and compassion we as humans can give. Wow, isn't that powerful? Well, the author of that has studied and taught philosophy, science, spirituality in colleges, universities for over 35 years. Received his doctorate from Duquesne University in 1994, studied at the Hegel Archives in Germany as a Fulbright scholar. He's published articles, presented papers at such venues as the World Congress of Philosophy and the American Philosophical Association. And he's got a book called Hegel and a Solution to Our Postmodern World Crisis. It was well reviewed by Giacomo Rinaldi. In his early years, he studied art, architecture, played piano, guitar, saxophone. I like that. I play saxophone. And he played in several New York City rock bands. He's also been to India, and he's studied under several enlightened masters, including Meher Baba and Ram Dass. And he's written a book recently called The Jedi Handbook of Global Education, a guide to healing your planet and bringing balance to the Force. 500 pages. I'm about a tenth of the way at this point through it, but I'm finding it really, really inspiring and interesting. So, folks, I'd like you to meet Dr. Ken Folds. Would you stand up, Ken? And his wife, Celeste. Ken started coming here to Unionport St. Lucie, I think in the last maybe years of my tenure here, and yeah, a few years ago. Ken, thank you so much for your presence and who you are. So. And just in closing, I'd like to close with this little affirmation. And let this be your words too. I experience acts of God's grace and compassion as and through me as I boldly go forth to serve the sacred. God bless you. God bless Unionport St. Lucie.
Thank you, Reverend Neff. We'll be thinking and getting food for thought for our quest on our journey. And now for our special music, Jeff and Linda.
There's a time for everyone if they'd only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors. When the heart of a star-crossed voyager meets in time with yours. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we all are. It's enough to put his wide-eyed wanderer that we know this one. And can you feel the love tonight? I was ready to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds leave the fair day. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds leave the fair day.
I took this back. I was going to put that back so you have it there.
Thank you, Linda and Jeff. Beautiful. Now, if everyone would take out their offertory gifts, and we're going to have our blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love because I love to give. And if the ladies or gentlemen would come up. Need prayer today and support? Linda Woodcox is our prayer chaplain. She'll be over here on the side if anyone needs prayer. Our spiritual discussion group is the first and third Tuesday of each month, and our leader is John Hayes. It's a spectacular group. It's not this week? Not this week, so don't come. Yoga with Lana is 9:45 to 11 a.m. and chair yoga 11 to noon as a love offering. Our prayer circle is every Thursday morning from 11 to 11:30 as we join together in our prayer community. So anyone that wishes to go, please come. Prayer is important and very powerful. Ladies, if you'd like to come up. Reverend Neff, if you could bless. Do our blessing. Let's go to blessing.
I'd like to bless these gifts of will and work of that resides within each and every one of us. And give you a blessing to receive. Say thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Our caregiver support group is facilitated by Bob West on the fourth Thursday of each month at 2 p.m. Reiki by Sherry You can schedule with her, give her a call, and love donation also. Sherry, did you have something you wanted to say? Okay, let's.
He's not done. Okay, good morning. Just quick update. As you know, I took some of my adopted grandchildren out for Thanksgiving. We had a delightful time. I just hope they had half as much fun as I did. And you know, I need your help for just a second. You know, in unity, we know if we really want to manifest something, one of the ways we do that is to picture it as complete and picture our emotions and how we would feel with gratitude and how we, okay? So I would like you all to imagine that there is an Advent calendar with candles up here, and that we have lighted the first candle for this month, and I want you to feel that Christmas expression and everything. And the bad part about this is I actually went shopping with someone last night who was buying a calendar for their church for today, a candle. But next week, we will manifest it because I guarantee you that will be here next week. Thanks. And just for the record, the impeachment committee for the president of your board of trustees is meeting after the service completes.
No, we can't do without you.
I don't know. Okay, today is Healing Hour, which is so much fun. We all love it, I think. So I would like to encourage you, though, to get a circle and start, because we're going to do a guided meditation first. And if we start as soon as we can, we'll mostly finish that before they kick in at 11:30. You know, we'll get a lot of that, so we'll have kind of quiet for the meditation. Right. And just reminding you, next weekend, Armand and Angelina are in the house. Saturday night, 6:30, will be a concert here, and then Sunday they'll be doing the service and a meditation workshop afterwards. Okay. Then December 18th is Christmas show, Shepherd and Green, and the 25th. I think I've said this. We're doing. I know you have an announcement. Give me a second. I'm almost done. Reverend Linda left us with a cantata for the Christmas service, and it's going to be music. It's going to be fun, neat. But I need some people who would like to do that, and it's a matter of reading no more than a paragraph, and a short paragraph at that, and then we'll sing the things. So I want as many people. We could use 5, 6, to do this. So if you're interested, just see me sometime, soon, because we'll get that organized if your president ever kicks in with what she's supposed to do. And by the way, you'll notice the light workers sign is falling off the wall. I'm the one who hung that too.
We couldn't do without you, Sherry. You're perfect, just the way you are, as God intended. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Just want to say thank you to everyone today who is here and present and on YouTube, all the people that had hands in every little thing, our videographers, our music, our prayer chaplains, everybody, all of you. So thank you. And now if you'd like to stand, we'll sing our peace song. And also thank you to Reverend Neff for being with us, being here today. Thank you, Reverend Neff.